Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the show that's on in the afternoon. I'm your host with the most, Davey. Hey, baby. Pete is off on assignment for Florida Man Games, and we wish him safe travels back home. We have an incredible guest today. We have Gregory Von Hausch, Executive Director of the St. Augustine Film Festival, in studio. We have some major films and some fabulous celebrities coming to town. I'm really excited to jump into this. I've been waiting for this interview for over 2 months now. So we got Mary Stuart Masterson coming to town. You guys remember her? She was Watts in Some Kind of Wonderful. Such a fun, great moment that we're going to celebrate St. Augustine Film Festival. But before we jump into that great interview, we have to thank the people that make this interview possible. And first and foremost, we have Bozard Ford Lincoln. They've kicked off 75 years serving St. Augustine and Northeast Florida. For 3 generations, their team and dealership have grown to meet the needs of this great community. The Bozard campus and the I-95 State Road 16 is filling all the way back up with inventory from Ford and Lincoln, along with a great selection of pre-owned vehicles and all makes and models in the area. The state-of-the-art service department's quick lane for express service and parts and accessories shops that take care of all your needs, all during the time while your vehicle is in service. And no visit to Bozard is complete without a stop to Ford's Garage and enjoy one of those signature burgers I recommend. You know I do. The 904 Now Burger. It is extraordinary. And if you are having something else, I would definitely recommend that you take one home because it is definitely their signature burger out there. Check them out today. Bozard Ford Lincoln. You know where they are. They're our hometown favorite, and we love them over here at 904 Now. Also, we love the Bailey Group, an institution cherished in the St. Augustine community for a remarkable 66 years. In the role of president at the Bailey Group, Mark Bailey has taken the baton from a trusted local insurance agency and powered it into a nationally recognized force. The Bailey Group isn't just about insurance, benefits, and financial strategies. It's an embodiment of innovation serving companies and employees nationwide. What's their secret? A commitment to personalized service, infusing every interaction with a local touch. The Bailey Group's title of largest pure employee benefits and consulting firm in Northeast Florida is well-deserved, and they're not stopping there. Beyond their benefits, they bring health insurance and financial services to individuals and families across the entire state. Give them a call today. Get on one of their plans, 904-461-1800. And of course, our friends at Amara Med Spa. Ready for some serious relaxation and rejuvenation? Look no further than Amara Med Spa, your ticket to fierce and fabulous. At Amara, they're all about pampering you with a delightful menu of spa treatments and top-notch medical aesthetics. Picture yourself unwinding with a tranquil hydrofacial or enhancing your natural beauty with Botox, dermal fillers, or laser magic. Their friendly experts will craft a personalized plan just for you. Check them out today. We love them over at Amara Med Spa. All right, folks. Well, let's introduce our guest today. Without further ado, we have Executive Director Gregory Von Hausch today for the St. Augustine Film Festival. How you doing, Greg?
I'm doing great, and especially when I always come into this studio.
Thanks.
You're like a breath of fresh air.
Thank you so much. I like to be the sunshine around here. It's a lot of fun.
The caffeine in my coffee.
Right? Just get you right going. So this isn't a very extraordinary year. We've been talking about the St. Augustine Film Festival for a couple months now, just because every day I sign online, every day I go on to the Facebook page, there's some new and exciting things happening.
Yeah, this year's really taken us to another level, I believe.
I love this.
Not only because of the celebrities and the different parties, but we've got a really great palette of films, not the American indies, foreign films, the documentaries. We've seeded the shorts. We've taken the shorts more or less out of the festival, and we're doing a short fest in March 1 and 2 with Flagler.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so that's give them more focus.
That was one of my questions, because I know shorts were a part of it last year, right?
Right, yeah. So we do have 4 shorts that are the mermaid thing.
Yeah.
So we talk about that. But basically, we got features and docs, and there's 35 different films.
Wow.
And we're just thrilled. I mean, I'm really excited about it. I got a great staff. They've been working so hard.
Absolutely.
And the sponsors this year have come on board because to make a greater festival, you have to spend a little bit more money.
Okay.
It's nice to have some support out there.
So you hail from like the Fort Lauderdale Film Festival. Am I saying that right?
That's correct.
So did you find trends? Did you find things that were going to work more in St. Augustine? Like how did that whole roll out? How did the Film Fest do that down there?
Well, at the beginning of the year, starting right after this festival, like last year, I start looking for films for both fests.
Cool.
And there's an overlap there. The audiences do have some similarities. But the nice thing about the St. Augustine audience is they're really in it for the movies.
Yeah.
You know, the parties are great. They appreciate that. It's nice to have a glass of wine and chit-chat. But they come for the movies. And that's what it's all about. That makes my heart just glow.
That sounds like our peeps. Yeah, they really love the entertainment value. And which one of the movies is quite significant. It's The Senior, right?
Yeah, The Senior's going to be our opening night film. It's this Friday at 7 o'clock at Lewis Auditorium.
Okay.
It's a true story. I was describing it off camera as Rocky because it's one of those things for the underdog that you just, at the end of it, you just want to stand up and cheer it.
Right.
But the thing about this film, it's true. It all happened. It starts off with this young guy in college. He's the captain of his football team, a small West College football team, but he has anger management issues. He keeps getting in fights and everything like that. He's the best player on the team, but the school has just had it with him. They kick him out of school. So fast forward 40 years later, he's at a reunion with some of his football player buddies. They're having a beer at the bar, and the guy says, "Hey, Mike, you still have a year of eligibility left." He says, "What?" He's 59 years old.
Get out.
So cut to the chase. He goes back to school, makes the team along with all these 19-year-old kids. And
is he good?
He's great.
Wow.
So, but you got to see this movie about him overcoming it. So Michael Chiklis plays Mike Flint. And coming to town will be the real Mike Flint and his wife, Eileen Flint, who's played by Mary Stuart Masterson.
Oh, my hero. That is so cool.
And so you'll see them. The producer's here. The writer of the film is here. We'll do before the film starts, we'll have this career achievement ceremony for Mary Stuart. And we'll show clips of all of her films, including Some Kind of Wonderful and Fried Green Tomatoes.
Oh, yeah, she was itchy,
and Benny and June and the whole everything. Then we'll give her this award. Then Mark, the producer, will introduce the film. We'll see it. And then afterwards, Mike Flint and Eileen and Robert Isley, the writer, and Mary Stuart will come down and answer your questions about the film. It is phenomenal. We just had people... They couldn't believe it at Fort Lauderdale.
So have you met her yet? Have you met Mary Stuart Masterson yet?
I met her when we did her film, her directorial debut. She came to Fort Lauderdale. It was called The Cake Eaters.
Cool.
And we showed it here, and the star of the film came up, but Mary Stuart didn't come here. So I'm really excited she's
coming to St. Augustine.
She's coming to St. Augustine.
So special. That is awesome. So what else? What other movies could we look forward to?
Well, we also have Golden Vanity.
What's this?
That is a film sort of like Norma Desmond becomes unhinged.
Oh, I love this.
And it stars Melora Hardin from The Office and Transparent, where she
was Jan Levinson on The Office, right?
She was Steve Carell's girlfriend.
So cool.
And she'll be here, and it's a one-woman show. It goes on right before The Senior, this Friday at 5 o'clock at Lewis.
Okay.
And she'll be there, and we'll do a little ceremony for her beforehand, and she's so approachable. Both her and Mary Stuart, you can have your pictures taken on the red carpet.
I can't wait. I'm going to be a mess.
Yeah, so that movie is just about this woman that she's an actress. She goes to an award show. She doesn't win an award, and she goes crazy. I won't tell you.
This is perfect timing during award season, too, especially Golden Globes for last night.
So we did the premiere of that and of the Senior movies.
Now, what about Last Night of Amore?
Last Night of Amore is a cop thriller from Italy.
Okay.
And I thought Last Night of Amore, because you think of amore like that's love, the Italian.
Yeah, hey, amore, yeah.
But it's the it's about a police detective, and he's retiring, and it's his last night on the job. And you think, oh, everything's good. What could possibly go wrong?
Oh, no.
It's like a simple plan. If I wish we sold popcorn inside the theaters, because it'd be a 3-bag muncher. I mean, you're on the edge of your seat with this thing, with the Chinese mafia.
Wow.
In Italy, and it's just one of those things where you think it's almost like Brian De Palma, where you think you know where it's going, you think you know the bad guys, you think you know the good guys,
right?
And things kind of start seeing it from different perspectives. It's fabulous.
So one of the iconic directors that have done twists and turns for me is M. Night Shyamalan. I mean, honestly, any kind of film that I've seen is just always like, oh, it always like changes it up, and I had no idea. So yeah, I love innovation within direction because I think it's so important.
Yeah.
You captivate the audience. But what about like Never Too Late for Love?
Never Too Late for Love is also from Italy.
Oh my gosh, I love this.
Yeah, and it's about a high school professor who's elderly, and he's rented a little flat in I think it's Milan, and his landlord comes to him and says, "Oh, my daughter's having a baby. She's losing her husband. She's going to need the flat. I'm sorry." And he says, "I have nowhere to go." He goes back to his ancestral home where his family owned an old castle, old decrepit castle. And he fixes it up, but you meet all of these little lunatics in this small Italian town. So anybody who's traveled to Italy will know these people, even if you don't know these people.
They get into everybody's business. I know. I did a tour of Sicily, so I know exactly. Everybody's on top of everybody. Yeah.
And it's very funny. It's all Never Too Late for Love. He finds love again in his 60s, late 60s.
That is all. That sounds like a great tale. Yeah. That's good, especially heading into the Valentine's season. First Snow of Summer.
First Snow of Summer's from Austria.
Okay.
And it's a romantic fantasy. It's not a true story at all, but I mean, the characters are true. Mm-hmm. It's not, but it's love. This
like a fictional love affair.
Yeah.
Got it.
He becomes subterranean. He gets love has shattered him, so he starts working for the underground system, the subways and things like that, because his father went down there under the same thing, and he finds love underground.
Oh, I love this.
Oh, it is the most romantic film of the festival.
How cool!
It'll make you laugh, cry. It's really
more
sweet.
Romantic than Never Too Late.
Yeah, when you see it, yes.
Got it.
Yeah.
That sounds
because romance is at the heart of everything.
So, Greg, how do you pick these films? Like, how do you select them?
It's a long process. You know, we get about 1,200 submitted through the mail to us. Mm-hmm. And out of that 1,200, I'll probably pick about 75. You know, so because it's hard to write a great novel. It's hard to make a great film.
Yes.
And the rest of them, I'll go to Cannes and to Tribeca. I'll go online to Berlin and Sundance, Toronto, and pick them out that way. And then a lot of people, because I've been doing it for 35 years, a lot of people know about me and they'll send them to me. Not that I'm any great shakes, but they'll know they've worked with me before. Or,
right.
You know, so there's a camaraderie. Well,
we know Kurt St. Thomas with DOA from last year.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, did that take off. I mean, it's done.
You know, Kurt did a fabulous job with the film, but he did an even more fabulous job marketing the film.
He did a fabulous job marketing,
That guy is a fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I love Kurt.
Me too.
Everything about him.
Yeah.
And I really like what he did. Pulling off a film that's a period piece is really difficult. So he does that, sets it here in St. Augustine.
Perfect,
Love that guy.
Me too. We just, we interviewed him right before break, and we're trying to like press him to see like, is there going to be another one? Is there going to be another Kurt movie? I'm like so ready for Kurt St. Thomas movies. So cool. What about the docs? I know you've got some documentaries to talk about.
Well, speaking about Kurt and docs, you know, he's big into music.
Yes, sir.
So our centerpiece film on Saturday is called Immediate Family. And it's about the studio musicians that played with all of the great groups, especially in the 70s.
Oh, is this the Tedesco film, right?
Yeah, Denny Tedesco directed it. Leland Sklar, the bass player for Immediate Family, will be in town with Denny.
We're going to talk to them on Friday. I'm very excited.
And if you like Carole King and James Taylor, the Eagles, Bob Dylan, they played with all of these people.
They don't make music like that anymore.
No, and the guys go on camera saying, because of these studio musicians, my record was a hit. They're as big a part of this music as I am.
Yeah.
And it'll just take you back, and the stories and the backstories, Linda
can't wait.
Ronstadt.
I
mean,
love
everything. It's one of those that's really rocking it. Another great doc we have is called Without Precedent. It's about the first female Supreme Court Justice of Canada, Rosalia Bella. Her family went to the Holocaust camps during World War II. They survived it, even though her older brother didn't. Then they immigrate to Canada after the war, and her dad was a lawyer, but he couldn't practice, so he had to end up like driving a bus. And she worked her way up and became the first. She was the RGB of Canada. And when I met her, she was teaching at the Harvard School of Law. She's retired from the bench now, but she still teaches and whatnot. And it is fabulous. And she's so clever and so winning. You'll love it, especially I think our Jewish audience will really appreciate the film.
Awesome.
Yeah. But I mean, it's good I love it. I'm not Jewish.
Yeah.
I'm not.
We celebrate all cultures, yes.
I'm not Santos.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's a really good doc. There's another one called Shadow of a Wheel.
Oh, tell me about this.
This is a story about, it's 1982, and this guy in his late 20s convinces the parents of 31 teenagers in North Carolina to join him on a bike-a-thon from Long Beach, California, back to North Carolina.
Whoa.
31 kids that are like high school juniors and seniors.
I'm picturing BMX bikes. I'm not picturing like real like professional bikes here.
Not real professional bikes, not even hobbyists,
Oh my goodness.
So they go do it, and you follow them on this trek. In 1982, and what's neat about it is, especially anybody that remembers the 80s, the music, the current events, the news, what was happening there.
Mary Stuart Masterson, yes.
and all of the intertwinings of these kids on the road on this very grueling, they have to go through Death Valley. They have to go through, it's just an amazing film.
That's epic.
And the music, the soundtrack of it is great. And the director of that will be here, Paul Bonesteel.
Cool.
He also narrates the film. He sounds just incredible. Sounds just like Bill Paxton.
Oh, I love this.
He was one of the original 31 kids.
Really?
And he gets them all back for, to do interviews and talk about what's happened to them. So it is fabulous.
So did that change their lives? Did that change their perspectives?
Yeah. Changed their lives, and some for the good, some for the not so good.
Good.
And it's everything's on the table.
That makes a great story.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That is really cool. But we also have one of the most celebrated actors of all time, which is Sidney Poitier. His daughter, am I saying that right? He's coming to town?
Yeah, Pamela Poitier will be here to present his film called Sidney. And it's all about the life and the career of Sidney Poitier. And she'll talk about her dad afterwards. And it's a remarkable film. I just fell in love with him from the way back.
Could you imagine the glass ceiling that he had to shatter for other African-American artists to be able to come out?
And then on top of that, being Bahamian.
Right.
Lilies of the Field.
Right.
All of those great films. And
so how is Pamela is she able to talk about this?
Very much so.
Wow.
She's stunning. She's just terrific. And she had a small career. It was some things like Silver Streak and American Masters. And,
cool.
And so she's been around the block,
Now, pre-show, you were telling me she has been to town before.
Yeah, exactly. We brought her in because she lives on Cat Island in the Bahamas. Her house is completely off the grid. She generates her own electricity, her own water supply, her own composting, her own flushless toilet.
Wow!
Yeah, and so we brought her to RB Hut, and she showed her film about life on Cat Island off the grid, and the kids were just so entertained and want to know everything about the toilet with no water.
That is an amazing story, though. Yeah. Living off the grid. I know a lot of people dream about that. That's pretty cool. What about Rather?
Rather is all about Dan Rather. And the film follows his career from before, when he was just like a small Texas journalist and everything, and how he emerged on the scene during the Kennedy assassination, because back in that time, they didn't have correspondents all around the world, you know, like they would go back to their local TV station, you know, we'll cut to Dan Rather of CBS News, and he was the only one there, you know. So then he just made his way up through Vietnam and through the civil rights and all that stuff. And then I say that in the program about the slings and arrows, about his downfall and his coming back. And if you're a news junkie like I
am totally a news junkie. Yes, I love it.
You'll really appreciate it.
So talk about like how locals can get involved. How can they get tickets? Do they have to buy passes for the whole time? Like, what does that look like?
You can buy individual tickets.
Oh, you can
get them online at staugfilmfest.com, and Saint is ST. staugfilmfest.com.
I'll put that in comments.
Yeah, and if you do that, you can get them for $10 a ticket. If you buy them at the door, they're $12. So there's a little incentive there. But I do want to mention Wendie Malick.
Oh, she was on the show Just Shoot Me. Am I saying that right?
Just Shoot Me.
I remember that.
Hot in Cleveland. She was in The American President. We were watching. My daughter came back for Christmas, and we were watching that episode of Seinfeld, and she's been in everything.
She's a stoic lady. Yeah.
So we were giving her a Lifetime Achievement Award. She's with a film called 7,000 Miles that she stars in. It'll be our closing night film, 7 o'clock or 5 o'clock on Sunday, January 14th, 5 o'clock at Lewis Auditorium. She'll be there. We'll show her clips. And the film is incredible, about Amelia Earhart.
Really?
Yeah, shot in Hawaii.
Does she play Amelia?
Well, I'm not saying.
Okay, this is going to be so cool. Yeah. I love this. I love this a lot.
But back to your question about tickets. So you can get them individually through the website. But if you get a Lewis pass for $75, that's our cheapest. You can go to all the films at Lewis, which is Thursday through Sunday, and that's really comfortable. If you get an all film pass for $110, you can go to all the films at all three of our locations, which is Lewis, Gamache Koger, and the Alcazar Room. And then if you get an all access pass, you get all the films everywhere, plus all of our parties, which start at Asado Life on Thursday with a dinner.
Special.
The Governor's House following the Senior on Friday. Following Immediate Family on Sunday, we go to Casa Divino.
Oh, nice.
And then closing night after 7,000 Miles, we're at Markland House.
I love that. So how do you select which film goes into what theater? Is that a process?
Yeah, well, because Lewis is so big, I want to put the things I think are the most commercial or have the biggest stars will play there.
Okay.
We don't show anything with subtitles at Alcazar, and we do at Gamache. So it's.
I get it. Yeah, it's like choreography of making sure everything goes in the right spot.
And I hate that. It's a pain in the butt. Yeah.
But you're very good at it. Look at where you've come. This is an incredible moment. Where do you go from here? Are you already thinking about next year?
I'm definitely thinking about the end of this festival this year. That's key.
You're doing awesome. This is going to be amazing.
But we'll start. We'll start accepting new film entries right after this festival closes.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
Very, very exciting. So tell everybody again where they can get tickets and any other things you want to highlight. Just let us know.
Right. Well, everybody asks, well, I've never been to the film festival. I don't know. They open the paper and they see the Cannes Film Festival and everybody's in tux and everything. This festival is built for St. Augustine. You can come in your blue jeans. I want you to be comfortable. It's chilly. It might be rainy. So just be comfortable and come and enjoy the movies. If you've never been to a film festival, all you need to know is how to sit down and shut up.
I like it.
And, watch the movie. And then if you want to stick around for the Q&A, you can. If you're timid, you can just listen to it. If you want to ask the stars or the directors a question, throw your hand up.
Really? You can do that?
Yeah. So I say it's as easy as going to the movies.
Cool.
If you know how to do that, you know everything about it.
So Q&A section, are we going to be able to talk to some of these, like Mary Stuart Masterson?
Mary Stuart, Wendie Malick, Melora Hardin.
Oh, amazing.
Sidney Poitier's there, Pamela. All of the directors are here. We have 30 filmmakers here. So
this is exciting.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. Where can they find more information on each and I guess on your Facebook page, right?
On your Facebook. Also, the St. Augustine Entertainers just came out with a pull-out section on us. And we have this spiffy little.
It's very nice. Yes. So you get this sort of like a
pages, and it also has in here about. Well, I think I've heard of Wendie Malick, where you can go to Wendie Malick's page here and read her bio. Same with Mary Stuart, and Melora and Pamela.
Oh, hey! Before you jump out of here, Behind the Smoke, isn't that a local story?
Yeah, it is.
Tell me.
It does deal with that big fire out on Highway 16.
Yeah.
But more than that fire on Highway 16, the tremendous BP gas station that erupted, which was sort of St. Augustine's 9/11 in some ways.
It was
just horrific.
Horrible. Yeah.
It deals with the firefighters and the PTSD that they deal with. There are local heroes.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have other ones, but this film deals with them.
Right.
And what they go through and what they take home with them. And what they can't leave, and those that have left us because of what they've sacrificed. So I was talking with the wife, Lonnie Riley, the wife of one of the deceased firefighters, and she's just still so broken up about it. She's this big supporter and a producer of the film, but she doesn't want to come. It's just too close to her.
Right.
Yeah. So, but that film will play Thursday at 7:30. At Lewis Auditorium.
Very, very special. I mean, this whole film festival is something definitely to write home about. This is going to be amazing. January 11th through the 14th, like you said, StAugustineFilmFest.com. Greg, it's great having you in studio today. Thank you. I'm so excited. Congratulations.
I'll see you at the festival.
You will see me at the festival. Yes, I'm pumped. This is going to be great, you guys. Talking about who's great, we love them over at Old Town Trolley. Sit back and relax and take it easy, baby, and let it go. Old Town Trolley's licensed and talented tour conductors share over 500 years of St. Augustine's history, culture, and old world charm while experiencing unforgettable views on board their open-air trolleys. Guests will enjoy the city's European flavor, brick-lined streets and sites such as the Castillo de San Marcos, the Fountain of Youth, and Henry Flagler's former Ponce de Leon Hotel. This 90-minute tour features 22 stops and covers more than 100 points of interest. Each ticket gets you a lot of amenities. Check them out at hometownpass.com. We love them. They're the green trains. And we also love All American Air. For 45 years, All American Air has been serving St. Augustine and its surrounding counties, including St. John's, Flagler, Duval, and Putnam. Their areas of expertise include warranty and non-warranty service work and all makes and models of AC units, preventative maintenance service agreements, new construction installations, and equipment replacement with high-efficiency systems. From the most efficient Lennox home systems to the iComfort Ultra Smart Thermostat, All American Air has the latest and greatest in all of your HVAC products. Check them out today. 904-461-0070. Oh, and our friends. Oh, this is my casino. Bin 39. I love my booze over at Bin 39. Bin 39 is a hidden gem of downtown St. Augustine since 2016. It's your secret getaway to fabulous times. Tucked away inside the lobby of the St. George Inn, which is celebrating 20 years. There's a big party going on January 31st. Check out their Facebook page. Get on one of those wine tastings. They're so special. Irving is probably my best wine mentor out there. Don't drink the cheap stuff, baby. Learn about the stuff that actually is really, really, really amazing. They're open daily from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. They've got live music from Thursday to Sunday from 1 to 7. Check them out. Give them a buzz, 904-827-5740. Oh, man. Here we go, Blake. We gotta do it. This is time for the show where doom meets gloom stuck to the bottom of your soul. Your shoe, I was talking about. We've got horoscopes. Give us some music, Blake. We've got Aries, Taurus, and Gemini on deck today. Aries, brace yourself. This week, your impulsive nature will reach new heights. You'll consider making a grand entrance everywhere you go, but be warned, not every grocery store needs a dramatic entrance. I beg to differ. Beware of slipping on that metaphorical banana peel of overconfidence, Aries. All right, Taurus. Taurus, your normally steadfast determination might take an unexpected detour this week. Instead of conquering the world, you might find yourself in a heated debate with a stubborn jar of pickles. Just remember, brute force isn't always the answer. Sometimes a gentle twist works wonders. Oh, Gemini, Your infamous duality is in full swing this week, Two-Faced. One moment you'll feel like the life of the party, and the next you'll feel like a complete recluse. Don't be surprised if your playlist goes from party anthems to melancholy ballads in a blink of an eye. Embrace the roller coaster. It's your own personal music festival. Okay, not too bad on that one. All right, we've got some events, guys. We've got the CPS Chowder Festival happening January 21st. That's an exciting thing. We love everything they do down at CPS. Get ready to savor the flavor with warm your soul at the CPS Chowder Festival. Join them in celebrating the rich culinary heritage of the oldest city by casting your votes for the best chowder creations from our local guests. Again, this is happening January 21st from 12 to 4 p.m. at the Mission Nombre de Dios grounds. Very nice. Hey, got a message from our buddy over, Erin Cook Johnson. I hope all my friends will attend the boat show. She's world famous for the Jacksonville Boat Show, January 26th through the 28th. They've got fishing clinics and seminars. There's the largest boat display in Northeast Florida. Massive selection of vendors. Very, very cool. Go to Erin's page or check out the 76th annual Jacksonville Boat Show and get some more information. But I know a lot of people love it, and she always shows up and shows out for everybody. Speaking of showing up and showing out, this is another big one, is YPO. Hey, Davey, what does YPO mean? It means Young Professionals Organization. They have a meetup second Thursday every month, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. There's parking at Dog Rose or the Leitner Museum. This is an event that's free to attend. If you want more information, you can obviously talk to Townsend Russell, who's leading the charge here. But the January Hangout, YPO and small business owners is happening. Dog Rose Brewery, very, very cool. Starts at 6 p.m. ends around 8. It's a wonderful time. I know that God's sakes, YPO for me was maybe about 10, 12 years ago, but it honestly is a wonderful group of professionals in town that really do business-to-business networking and do some philanthropic work on the side too, which we love. All right. With that, that's going into Panache. Every guest, every time. Since 1987, Panache opened its doors to be a cut above the rest. Their mission at Panache is to care for their team, guests, and community from scalp to soul and bring the joy to the world, one service at a time. The Panache difference is their carefully chosen and highly trained staff there to exceed your expectations. The same goes for their elegant salon space dedicated to guest comfort and devotion to innovation and artistry. They're focused on making your day and continually raising the bar by aligning with Aveda's mission of ethical and sustainable business practices and its high fashion aesthetic. Give them a shout today. Take a look at their services. Go to getpanache.com and get with it, boo. Hey, speaking about Get With It, the United Way of St. Johns County is a champion for our community. Together, they create opportunities, foster education, and improve the lives of those in need. The United Way of St. Johns County is a catalyst for change, bringing together businesses, volunteers, and organizations to tackle the toughest challenges facing our community. With your support, they can make a real difference. I know we have Kim coming into studio tomorrow. She's going to be talking a lot about that Dolores Bar Weaver Foundation grant. That's going to be for 3 years for our community. There also is an endowment fund that was given from Dolores Bar Weaver, which we're so proud of. Congratulations, United Way of St. Johns County. I can't wait to live united. All right, with that said, everybody, I love you. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Thank you so much for Greg for coming into studio, talking about that great St. Augustine Film Festival. I am so pumped to participate this year. Thank you for Blake for pressing all the buttons. Pete and I will be back in studio tomorrow. I love you guys. See you later.